Hey guys, it's your girl Sassy here. I know, long time no see. I am coming to you with a very quick video, just sharing with you all the things that I've learned during my hiatus. And as I was coming out of my hiatus, I really wanted to learn machine binding. Yes, I've done machine binding before. And I usually sew it on the back and bring it over to the front and sew it down. Easy peasy, right? Right. But no, I'm learning it the opposite way now. And I just wanted to share with you some tips that I've learned that made me almost kind of fall in love. Yes, in love. That's a strong word, right? Fall in love with doing it by sewing it on the front and catching the binding blindly on the back. The very first thing that I learned that I must do when I'm doing it this way is to make sure that my 1/4 inch seam is truly a 1/4 of an inch. Yes, though I have a 1/4 inch foot and I have a seam guide, I realized when I put a ruler, I put the 1/4 inch mark on the needle on this 1/4 inch line, and I centered it on my needle hole, and lo and behold, I was off just a little bit with my 1/4 inch. So to me, it was very important that I made sure that my binding had a true 1/4 inch when I went to sew it down on the front side of my quilt. Secondly, the thing I had to do was, once I attached the binding, made sure all the measurements were really good, I took the iron and I pressed the binding out. So it had, it'll fold out like this. It'll fold out like this. I really wish I had saved some of this to show you guys, but I am nearing the end and I wanted to finish and quickly come and show you guys this. So, when your quilt binding is like this, press it out. Press it, get it nice and crisp, and just press it all the way out. And I noticed that I was being too gentle. No, open up that, pull it and get that nice and taut. So when you go to flip it to the back, it's going to cover that stitch line, barely cover that stitch line. And we'll talk about that in just a sec. So after I pressed it all the way open, it was time to flip it to the back. Well, when I flipped it to the back, I needed to make sure that I barely covered my stitches from when I put the binding on the quilt front. So when I flipped it over, I made sure that the binding on the back was just over those stitches that I had just done. In doing so, you can do one or two things, well, 3 things, I should say, to make sure that your binding stays down. I glue based all the way around my quilts, press it down, and it stays, and it'll stay until I get ready to go ahead and tackle the binding, the final part of the binding process. You can pin, you can clip. It's all up to you how you want to do it. You know me and pins, we don't get along. So I choose to glue base, nor do I have enough clips to go around a huge quilt. And it was just so much easier for me just to make sure that that binding is staying put and there is no give or nothing like that. It's already, that process is already done. Now here is step that I was not doing. One reason why I wasn't doing it is because I do not like changing out pressure feet. It's easy to do, but I just don't like doing it. Just like I don't like changing light bulbs. But I noticed that when I put the binding on the front side, I can use my regular foot. But now that I have flipped it and I'm going to catch that back, it's very important that I use my walking foot. I haven't had to use a walking foot in forever. Literally forgot how to put one of these on, so I did have to YouTube it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on, and I will point the camera down to the machine when I get ready. But yeah, let me go ahead and put this on, and I can talk to you just a little bit more about what I've learned. In the last, I had 6 quilts that I had to bind, just do binding only. Some of the labels were made. One of them I made that I just decided that I was not going to put a label on, and that was okay with me because it was going to be a donation quilt. But yeah, so I decided that I am going to, wait a minute. Yeah. You know, use these quilts to practice on, and unfortunately one of them is, you know, really ugly, but that's okay. I learned. Am I gonna take it apart and do it again, redo it? No, I'm not. You know, because I don't think the recipient is gonna care. It's gonna be a child, so it's all good. It's all good, okay? So, but I've learned so much since then, and yeah, I'm looking forward. I am truly looking forward to putting this walking foot on here the right way. How about that? Okay, yeah. To put the screw. I'm looking forward to doing this one and showing you guys a little bit, because there was one quilt that when I tell you, it was so pretty. It was so pretty. I was super excited. Everything was done with it, and honey, it was good to go. There it is. Got the screw in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure that tight. Make sure you change the pressure, especially if you have a Juki. Okay. And then move my seam guide because it's not needed. So let me go ahead and change you guys down to the direction you need to go, and let's get started. Now with this, only thing I'm having to do is making sure that the quilt, because this is a big one, a big one, making sure that it is not pulling anywhere. And of course you want to make sure that that's the case for any quilt that you are working. And I'm not going to go around the whole entire quilt with you guys. I'm just going to do a section, and just know that it's going to be like that the entire quilt. I'm just bringing up the bobbin thread. I'm pulling my threads to the sides. I'm making sure you guys can see. Now, it is important that you get this needle going exactly in the ditch. Sometimes it's a little bit hard when you make the binding the exact same fabric as your border, as I did here. That's why I'm making sure I have extra light on, and it might blind you just a little bit. No, it's not, it's fine. But it's helping my eyes see that, you know, there is a a valley here, and I need my needle to go directly in that valley. So, and I'm learning to go really, really slow. I put my machine, it has the turtle and the hare. I put this machine on the turtle and just take my time going into this ditch. I'm in no hurry, just going into the ditch, and I'm going to take it all the way to the corner. But what helps me is one or two things right now that's going to help, and it's going to help my shoulder. I can use my paddle right here, and if you don't know what these are, this can take up so much strain off of your shoulder, and it also helps glide your quilt along. You just put your hand on it, and you can push it to glide it just like you would do if you had on gloves. This have a moleskin on the back, so it helps grip the quilt. I absolutely love it. Actually, I'm in a process of getting some custom made ones done, and I can't wait till they're here. But yes, this is just going in the ditch, and you know, making sure that I am hitting it on the back. Of course, I just got to take a peek. Okay, everything is going good. And then what I'm going to do now is show you the other way. I see a thread here. I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up as I go. Make sure that this part right here is as flat as you can get it. This is another way to do it, is with a glove. So I'm going to show you that process. Now, same thing. You can use a dishwashing glove or any kind of glove that has some kind of grip on it, a rubber glove. All of that is good to do, or good to use, I should say. So let's go ahead and finish this baby up. Maybe I probably started too far away because I called myself wanted to make this video really, really short, but you guys know I'm a talker, so, and you guys haven't heard from me in a really long time, so no excuse, no excuse. But I am glad to share with you guys exactly what I have been up to in the last couple of weeks, and that is learning to machine bind. I call this Angel's Way. And speaking of Angel, guys, Angel is the one who has been talking to me about machine binding this way. And I kept telling her, and I've tried it once. I tried it once, and I was successful at it, very successful. In fact, it was on my very first try. I was very, very successful. So I tried it again several other times, and I sucked at it, and I never wanted to do it again. And I told her, no, she called that line on the back, quilted in Nova Scotia. Well, guess what? I wasn't mind quilting in Nova Scotia. I didn't mind that line because I did not like quilting it on the from the front and missing that line and having to go back and redo it, or finding out that my binding was not pulled enough or too tight or whatever, and didn't know what to do, how to fix it when I did that. So I just never did it. Coming out of this hiatus, I wanted to strictly work on machine binding this way. Like I said earlier, yes, I had one quilt that came out really, really ugly after several of them came out really, really good. But that made me sit and think what I was doing wrong. And I think I got it. Guys, I really, really think I got it. And I am looking forward to, I'm just going to turn this corner so we can go ahead and look at the back of what I did. I'm hoping I caught all the edge, but we shall see. And I'm not gonna edit and, you know, take it out and show like, oh yeah, I did it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be truthful and honest to let you know your girl missed some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. And then I'm going to put a clip right here so I know when I go to start again, I know exactly where I need to start. Okay, drum roll, please. Guys, your girl did it. She did it and even got the corner. Look at this. I'm hoping you guys can see it. I want to bring it all the way up. This is where I stopped at right here. How I went and got that corner. I grabbed that miter edge. And this is how I did that. And I used the glue binding process. And this is where I began at right there. Right here. So guys, that is it. I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Angel, again, from the bottom of my heart. If you don't know who Angel is a Halo Inspirations here on YouTube, and she does have a quilt shop in Williamsburg, Virginia. Yes, called Halo Inspired. Please go check her out. Check her YouTube channel out if you have not. I thank her so much for, I don't say she pushed me into it, you know, inspired me to want to try it again. Quilt binding, machine binding this way. And guys, I think I got it. I really think I got it. And I'm absolutely enjoying the process. Now, I won't lie, glue binding is a booger-bear. Okay? Especially when you have a large quilt like I'm working on right now. I believe this is a queen size, and I had to glue bind that whole thing. Yeah, it is a lot. The glue that I'm using, I am using the Staples washable glue. This is the one that I used for this quilt right here because my Elmer's clear was acting up, but I do have a fine tip on it. This one is from, oh my gosh, let me think. Purple Daisies. I think that's her website. Purple Daisies is Sharon Schomburg's daughter. If I'm probably butchering her name. I'll put her name, her information in the description box. And I also have another fine point tip, and this one is by Fine Line. And it is a metal tip like the, come on. Lord, is it that fine? It has a fine tip on it like this. And it's a Fine Line glue tip by I bought it from one of our local quilt shops here, Little Dutch Girl, but it looks like this by Fine Line glue applicator tips, and that's this metal one. Now this metal one, I gotta practice with it some more, but I want to try the Roxanne glue. I hear that one is the much better one to use, so I will be getting that one and trying it as well on a future quilt. But yeah, this is the one, like I said, I'm using right now, and it is this tip right here. Has saved me from this tip, the original tip that comes with the glue, because it gets really messy. My next step, now that I have done all of my quilts that need to be bound, well, I gotta finish this one. Once I finish this one, I will start working on, I have one, 2, 3, 4 4 projects, if I'm not mistaken, 4 projects that I have that are in, I consider like in the middle. Like the process has already started in the middle. So I want to go ahead and knock those out before I start quilting on these babies right here. Well, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to pop on and share, you know, some nuggets that I've, you know, learned about machine binding. And I'm hoping that they had helped you too. So guys, until the next video or until the next time I see you in a chat somewhere, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.